Hello, welcome. I'm so glad you have joined me today. Today it's a financial life-changing event, so please listen very close. As I'm going to show you, with all this volatility going on, okay, ups and downs of the stock market, and then the next thing that is coming up is the housing crash, see, all right. So, where should your money be so you are safe that way? All right, and that's what we will be discussing today. And so let me just share it with you as to who I am and why should you be even be listening to me. Well, my name is Bir Grewall, and I am an India-born Sikh American financial strategist, advisor, and an author with a proven track record. And you might have seen me on national media, on ABC, CBS, NBC, and stuff. After that 2007, 8, and 9 crash. So why do I have these answers? Okay, and this proven track record, and that's the reason that I was quoted on national media, because people who used our strategies, did not lose any money during that financial as well as the housing crash also. Matter of fact, those people are way ahead of other people who might have recovered from those losses. And now that 2007 is repeating, 6 and 7 is repeating again. Both the financial markets, you already seen it. And folks, if you are a homeowner, then you have to listen to this thing. All that equity built up, and that we've been excited about, that the house has doubled or tripled in value, that could be gone in a jiffy. Okay, just like this with the stock market crash, if you do not do anything. So I am going to show you where okay, should your money be, and so that way you never have to go through this thing again. And also how to plan that home equity that you have built up in there. Otherwise, it will just be a bad dream, just like what has happened recently with the stock market. And please do not buy into this nonsense that okay, many of them, they say, oh well, no, just take it out. Okay, markets always come back. Folks, this coronavirus thing came out of the blues, and this thing has thrown everything. Okay, all rules of the game are gone, and people are saying, just yesterday it was, that there is 3.1 million unemployment claims filed. It has never ever happened in history before. And folks, do not buy into that kind of what I call it, knowing what I know, which you will be knowing today, this nonsense of, okay, just take it out and stuff, that is just to calm you. And also, if anyone says, okay, well, okay, don't worry about it, you didn't lose as much as the other guys. No, you do not need to, you do not have to, okay, lose in the first place. And this is what I'm going to be showing it to you. We'll be going into the details about all of this thing. This is the exact same stock market, S&P 500, that we hear about every day. It went up or down, right? And this is back in 1999, okay, $500,000 in here. And in the black is the way we suggest that you put your money in, and you will be empowered with all this knowledge today. All right. And in the red is someone who went traditionally, okay, went in there, and we'll be comparing all of these things, all right. So, and I'm going to show you that one program, the MFTAI program, that does everything that I'll be discussing with you, all right. So now let me share it with you. How did I get to be to this level, okay? How did I end up being quoted, okay, on to the national media and stuff? Well, I've been in the financial services industry since the early 80s. I was pretty successful. I had several national quality awards, most standard of excellence awards, and you name it, I had it. Right? I thought I had the world in the palm of my hands, when it came to money, that nothing could ever happen to me. Then certain things happened that were completely out of my control. Just like this coronavirus that came out of nowhere. Then I lost everything to foreclosure, including my custom-built home in hilltop home in Aliso Viejo, California. I'll never ever forget that day in September 1995, when marshals came because the home was foreclosed on. And we had to leave that house. While leaving, I looked back at my wife. She was carrying our 1-month-old son in her arms. When I looked at her, I felt so terrible, and I said, well, sorry, honey, I let you down, but now I'm going to learn the rules of money, how the game of money is played, right? And I knew the answers were somewhere there, but I just had to dig them, right? So I set out on this journey. I took so many, you name it, I took every course, and I was looking for those nuggets in there everywhere, and read so many books and stuff like that. And so what I discovered produced amazing results, all right? And that the people who use those strategies, I had known about it, but the proof of all of that came in 2007, 8, and 9, when people had who had used our strategies for the financial side did not lose anything in the financial side, and people who had done the home equity planning, okay, and they did not lose anything. Matter of fact, a study came out from Federal Reserve Bank, right, about home ownership. Now, I am going to be discussing that also. In a little bit. Federal Reserve Bank said, if you are a homeowner, or if you today also, if you are a homeowner, then please, you have to listen very, very close. Otherwise, it will just be a huge bad dream. And right now, okay, the housing news, it's not coming out, but this is going to be another housing crash also. All right. So, Federal Reserve Bank study says, home equity, if you have built up any home equity, right, it should be separated and put to work to boost your savings and your retirement and to reduce your risk. I'll come back to this thing in a little bit. So we have a lot to discuss today, and like I said, so the people who used, like I said, the people who used our strategies did not lose any money, and that is the reason I was, okay, I'm quoted on there. It's not that I just woke up one day and said, well, I'm going to be a financial strategist, advisor, and an author with a proven record. No. So, and what I learned, not only those nuggets, okay, what I was learning is that the rich and famous people are not that is for those other people. See, we put mental blocks to ourselves just by okay, talking to those people who have no vision, okay, or who do not know any better, right? Okay, but I want you to okay, start thinking, and I'm going to show you how you and I can be those rich and famous people, okay, who are enjoying life on the beach, okay, or who are at the resorts all the time, sitting by the pool and sipping those margaritas and pina coladas and stuff. They ain't no different. And today I'm going to empower you with all of that knowledge, so that way you can be on that path. Now, you might be wondering, what the hell does this guy, okay, I mean, he's talking a lot, okay, and he's promising a lot, what is behind it? Folks, nothing. I'm not asking for anything in return. The only thing that I ask is, if you feel that I make sense, then go ahead and share this, forward it to other people. I'm going to be putting the recordings on this one here on Facebook, and all my other social media, right? And so just share it with them. This is my way of giving back to the country and the people whom I love, and this country that has given me so much opportunity. And so this is my way of giving back in time of need to the people. All right, that's all. There is nothing in return. However, I have put some resources in there if you want to, and I've even put in my email address in the notes. Either it's below or at the top. Okay, you can check it out. If you have any questions, feel free to send me an email. And all I ask in that one too is, describe it exactly what it is your concern or problem, right? And then please, since I'm terrible at typing, put in your telephone number in there. All right. And if you want to get a reply back from me, just put in your telephone number. And, so then it's very easy for me to, okay. And if you put in your cell phone number, then I'll even send you some links and stuff like that to point you in the right direction. So that's my promise to you. Otherwise, no, there is nothing expected in return from you. All right. So now, where should your money be? This is the topic today, okay, and where should your money be in this volatile times? All right. So that way you can get results like this one, that I showed you. That okay, the upside only of the stock market without the downside risk, right? And then if you can tax free that money, okay, you put in another turbo booster to it, and and then if you can set up everything, on autopilot, it's amazing, and then you have joined that rich and famous lifestyle, because everything is working for you on autopilot. You do not have to worry about anything, just about these, hey, today it went up, the market, and tomorrow it went down and stuff like that. No. Just set up everything on autopilot. And so there is many ways to skin the cat. All right, so you can achieve financial independence many different ways, but knowing what I know, I'm going to share with you, because this is the same program I use, okay, for my savings, retirement, and everything. And I'll show it to you that, knowing what I know, I do not have an IRA or a 401k, and I never will, because I know something better than that. All right. So again, like I said, okay, this is my giving back to you. So I'll be sharing with you that this what we call is the MFTAI program. Okay, maximum funded tax advantage contracts. Right. So This program, MFTAI program, offers several unique benefits that most other financial vehicles do not. Right? And one of the biggest one is, unlike IRAs and 401ks, right? There is no limits or restrictions on this one. You can dump in whether it is $50,000, yes, okay, or $50 million, yes, or $5 million, does not matter. You can dump in as much as you want to, and then there is no age restrictions either. That okay, when can you touch that money? IRS gives you that schedule, right, and set it up according to IRS rules and regulations, and so this way you only get the upside of the stock market without the downside risk. And like we said, okay, then put that money to grow, compound, and pay out all tax free, folks. IRAs and 401ks, yes, they are a step in the right direction, but okay, with this one, they are just tax deferred during contribution and accumulation phase. Like, when you are contributing to it, and the middle ages, okay, they are just going tax deferred, but you are taxed when you take the money out. No, 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 no. I want you to be completely funky, and like I said, so this MFTAI program, see, this thing is huge, with no age restrictions like with IRAs and 401ks or other private pension plans and stuff like that. You cannot touch your money till age 59 and a half, okay? Or if you have pretty successful, and you don't need the money for a while during retirement, and if you do not take that money out by age 70 and a half, you are taxed again heavily on it, and then you are taxed again after your death, when it transfers to. No. It should be all tax free all the way, and you put a turbo booster to your money. I'll come back into all of these things, because for right now, if I just started to go into these details, then it will not make sense, okay? It will sound too good to be true, but you have to know how the money works. And then the big thing that I realized, okay, remember, after losing everything in 2007, 8, and 9, the big thing that I realized was, that Rich and Famous, not only do they use the regular financial strategies that every advisor or every agent uses, right? No, they go a step further. They use those laws governing money to their advantage. Plus, they make Uncle Sam their business partner to take their money to a whole new level. And that is what is the key, folks. Yes, yeah, right. So let me get into this one. Then we'll come on. Come. Oh, tell you what, no. You might be thinking, yes, okay, what do I have to hide in this thing? No, let me just share with you. Okay, number 2 is, all the money you put into this program builds tax deferred, okay? It becomes tax free. It has to be set up absolutely correctly, down to the penny, per those DEFRA TEMRA laws and those IRS codes, which I'll show you in the end as to what those IRS codes are. If you set up the money according to that, and then when you take the money out, okay, IRS says you take it out via loans, on those ones, and those loans you never have to pay back, and there is, they call it a wash loan, those are technicalities, right, which now when you have to take the money out, you have to have a professional, who knows exactly everything, okay, how this MFTAI program works. Otherwise, everything that I'll be discussing will be, okay, will be useless. All right. The money in this can be used for emergency fund at any time. Okay, the cash buildup can be accessed why we say can be, you see, because the setup is the key, you see, right? And then how you take that money and how you set up those loans, so that way you do not have to pay any interest. By law, you have to pay, when it's a loan, you have to pay interest, but they credit you that much interest, and they call it, the term is called wash loans, or net zero cost loans, so those are the things, those are the technicalities. That's why I'm saying can be. But knowing what I know, okay, with me, the cash buildup is access completely tax free, because I'll be setting up that money that way. And why I'm putting can be for you, because I do not know who will be doing the setup, okay. And if that person knows about this, this is the litmus test, to see if the whosoever is guiding you financially, how deeply they know about these things. And just ask them, hey, do you know about that MFTAI program? So this maximum funded tax advantage contracts, and now if they say yes, how did you find out about it? And then if they say, well, how did you know about it? Okay, it will give grow your money, grow, compound, payout, and transfer it. That's all tax free and stuff like that. Then that is the right answer. But if someone tries to say, oh yeah, I know about it, but okay, no, you don't want to be there. No. It's your money. So all right, number 3. So you can access that money all tax free without any withdrawal penalties or anything like that. Okay. Now, if you have children, you probably have savings for okay, their college and stuff like that, right? And regular when you go when they are going to college, at that time you have to fill out that form called FAFSA form, right? And you have over there, legally you have to disclose all your assets. And I'll never be a party to lying or cheating, but knowledge is power. All right, that's what I'm sharing with you. So this one does not count as an asset, okay. Legally, if you tell them, hey, I got 5 million in this bucket, okay, they cannot look at it and hold it against you. Otherwise, any kind of assets you have, or okay, you have home equity and stuff like that, right away, okay, you are disqualified, and then they will push you into getting loans. But with this one, okay, since all that money is not counted as an asset towards you against your children, you qualify for, even with all this money that you have in this program, you qualify for those scholarships and grants. Those things are, you do not have to pay back. Loans you have to pay back with interest. And now you can see this thing, okay, what kind of okay situation everyone is regarding the loans in our country. So no, this will not count. You're right. The money in this thing will provide you tax-free retirement income. Remember earlier I said IRAs and 401ks are a step in the right direction, and but you will be taxed when you need the money the most, because you are not working like before, okay? And no. It should not be, by overfunding this thing, this MFTAI program to those IRS rules and those MFTAI, those DEFRA TEMRA laws, you are putting a turbo booster to your money, which I'll be discussing. I'm going to go take one thing at a time, and show you how the money works, and then you will be in awe, by the end I finish up. So please listen very, very close, all right? And do not justify anything. Oh, well, we are doing this or we are doing that, or I heard that I should have done that. No. For right now, just try to get it. And then after that, okay, after this thing is over, yes, then you can justify it and analyze it. But for right now, I want you to just get it, okay, what I'm sharing with you. And folks, it's all free information. Usually this information would be only to our high-end, high-paying customers only. But like I said, see right now, so with what is happening, right? And you might see my even the Facebook page, I did not used to do many posts, but right now I'm going live every day, to hear this information, because my consciousness, I could not sit back, and just do nothing. So this is my giving back. Try to get the maximum. You're not paying anything for it, So, folks, all right. Okay. Then in this one, there is okay. Oh, I'll come back to these other things. I'm confusing you too much. It will not make some sense. You're right, and we'll come back to it. So now to get to okay, all of this thing, you need to know, folks. That how the money works. All right. Oh, one more thing. Let me just share it with you. I want you to remember while we are going through all of this stuff. Any recommendations that we make, right? It has to meet our quality test, because our quality test, here it is. Then, and it should be in this order, that your money should be liquid. That if you want to take the money out from any vehicle where you have it in, that hey, with just one telephone call, you can take it out. All right. And then money should be safe from losses. Okay, your principal should always be safe, the money that you put into it, and then you should keep your profits also. All right, and then have a good rate of return, in this very order. Warren Buffett, the richest man, he says, well, the most and the quickest amount of money to be made is in the stock market. And in that same breath, he says, that most people lose their share in the stock market also. You're right. So I want you to okay, why this liquidity is important. I want to take you back to 2007 when that stock market crash started happening. All right. And people started to see their RAs, 401ks and investments going down. Right. And they were rushing to their institutions, to get the money out. But their funds were frozen at that time. You could not, and people watched, they were crying, every day, hey, okay, it went down 5%, 10% here, 5% there, and, by the time the dust settled down, people lost between 40 and 60%, okay, in the stock market. No, you should not be, your money should be liquid whenever you want to, whenever, if you feel nervous anytime, just with a telephone call. I want you to have that flexibility and okay, then achieve this kind of results, while still playing the stock market. You do not have to fear the stock market, and I'm going to empower you with all that knowledge, right now. So, all these things may sound okay, wow, it's impossible, and it probably can't happen or something like that. No. It's going to be, you yourselves are going to be saying, wow, oh, okay, I never looked at it this way, okay. And so, all right, here it is, folks. Yes, okay, I'm going to show you how ordinary people get elevated to that rich and famous status, which, if you listen close, you are going to be there, and I'm going to prove to you everything, how you can do it yourselves. Yes, you're right. So, we show you how to make the money work for you instead of you alone working for the money. I call it the analogy of 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 horses working for you are way much better than you working alone. or trying to, okay, if you're doing a job, trying to put in overtime, and if you are a business and or an executive and stuff, putting 60, 70, 80 hours a week, you don't need to, folks. You are going to be empowered with all of those things, how to, wake up these giant horses, no matter which level you are at, whether you are starting out in life, whether you are trying to get to that thing, okay, or whether you already are a millionaire, okay, and achieve those success. I'm going to show you how ordinary people, matter of fact, in 2 slides from now, how ordinary people become millionaires, and if you have already achieved that millionaire status, how you will be, you can be on track to be a billionaire with a B. All right. So please listen very, very close. We are going to, you yourselves are going to wake up a lot of sleeping horses, there. And I'm going to show you how you can optimize your current assets. All right. How to optimize your current assets, folks. This thing is huge, huge, huge. Right? Anyone can say, well, bring me new money and then we'll put it somewhere, and hopefully, there is no coronavirus crash or anything like that you will make money. No, I take the guesswork out, and you are going to be learning this thing in the next few minutes. And folks, you're right, just be with me. All right, so let's understand this thing, and then I'll come back to this one. Okay, I'll be going step by step. How to get only the upside of the stock market without the downside risk. Yes, this is not a dream or just for those other people. You are going to be that other person. Okay, and then how this program, this MFTAI program could work for you and take your money to whole new levels and put it on autopilot so you can live the lifestyles of the rich and famous. All right, so let's get going. Here is, I call it, $1 million dash. All right, if you think I'm a lunatic, okay, and you have put in your own mental blocks, okay, that no, that millionaire is for the other people. No, I've been struggling all my life and stuff. Please take a deep breath and unblock that mental thing. And I'm going to show you in the next slide how you, or how ordinary people, I'm saying this thing with humbleness, you're right, how you and I can be, okay, millionaire, not just, because we just put the mental blocks ourselves, number one. Number two, okay, we do not know, well, okay, those things that the rich and famous have figured it out, and that's why I said they are no different than you and I. And today you and I are going to be in this $1 million category, and the next slide I'm proving it to you. All right. So this is a $1 million dash. Don't you worry about it. Yes, you're right. To financial independence. Next slide will show you, yes, how you are going to be. Now, like I said, we have to understand how the money works. Yes, you're right. So it is the same $1 that has 100 cents in it, right? Some people are crawling with that money towards their financial independence. Some people are walking. Some people are jogging. Okay, these are the IRAs and 401ks. Yes, they are a step in the right direction. They are better than not doing anything at all. You see, right? And then I'm going to show you how you put the turbo booster to your money with that and win that stock market also. And then through this MFTAI program, you put a turbo booster to your money. All right. So just remember this thing, that $1 million dash. All right. Here it is. Now let me prove it to you how you and I, or ordinary people, are going to become millionaires. All right. This is, please do not get offended if I say something that you may not like. No, because I have to hit it hard, okay, to wake us up. Otherwise, yes, okay, if I sugarcoat these things, which I can, right, then it just might go right above you and you might miss that opportunity. So please pardon me for if there's anything that the words you may you may not like it. So I ask for that forgiveness. But this is my sincere wish to help everyone, and if you have achieved that objective already, then it will reinforce that, hey, yes, is there any other thing that you could optimize also, or you have already optimized and woken up every horse that is sitting that could be woken up. All right, so this is $1 doubling every period for 20 periods. All right. Now, this is taxed as earned. This is the way it should be, and this is the way it has to be. And if you feel that I'm going to show you anything that how to lie or cheat on taxes, or come up with creative things, no, then you are in the wrong place. However, knowledge is power. That is what I have, and that's what I am sharing with you. And the same Uncle Sam who everyone fears, I am going to show you how you make them your business partner. That same Uncle Sam everyone fears, he's sitting there, he goes, hey, make me your business partner, I'll take your money to whole new levels, and in the end, I'm going to show you, okay, how you set up that money to the TEFRA, TEMRA laws and IRS rules. What are those rules, So you will be empowered with everything. All right. So this is the way it is. We go earn money or we invest somewhere, we, $1 goes to two, then we have to, pay taxes. All right. So this is $1 doubling every period for 20 periods, and it does not have to be 20 years. It can be 20 months, 20 days, 20 weeks, does not matter, right? Get the analogy of it. So we go, it doubles, you pay taxes, then it doubles again, you pay taxes. Yes, you're right. And at the end of the 20 periods, it goes up to be about $28,000. All right. Now, this is completely tax-free. Uncle Sam says if you set up that money that I'm going to be showing it to you in the end, according to TEFRA, TEMRA laws and those RS rules, then you can come out of this category into this tax-free category. All right. Now, if it is in the tax-free category, folks, 1 to 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 8 and stuff, guess what? It's over $1 million. No wonder people, they don't know what they don't know. They cannot get out of this poverty cycle. No. Uncle Sam says, that if you set it up right, and this MFT AI program, okay, does everything within one program and then puts your money on autopilot, which I'll go in a little bit. All right, so you can come out of this one into this category. All right. That's all the difference. You don't need no more new money and stuff like that. So this is how ordinary people become millionaires. And if you are already achieved that millionaire status, okay, it's $1 million here. You just add some zeros, okay, and you are on path to be a billionaire there. All right. So folks, this is how the game of money. These are the rules I learned, after losing everything. I just didn't wake up. These are those nuggets. Remember earlier I said, that I was looking for, and then with the financial planning strategies, what I discovered was even further that rich and famous, okay, those successful people, they make Uncle Sam their business partner instead of hating Uncle Sam. And use those laws. By the way, these IRS rules and stuff, they had been on the books for over a century. There's nothing new, right? And those TEFRA laws had been there for decades, and rich and famous have figured it out. And today you are going to be, in that category. All right. So this is $100,000 compounding at 8% for 30 years. All right. Now, in tax, there's earned, it will be about $500,000, and if it is in tax-free environment, it will be over $1 million. Now, in the last slide, I forgot to mention, those IRAs and 401ks are somewhere about halfway in here, because they are only tax deferred, and when you take the money out, you have to pay taxes. So they are about halfway in here, and but if it's completely tax free, if you set it up according to that MFTAI program, and like I said, I'm not suggesting anything or any fund or any strategy that you have to use. No, 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 no. I'm just sharing the what all is available there. Decision has to be yours, and please do not, And again, this MFTAI program that I called, is completely option. You do not have to. But the key thing that is, everyone gets excited, everyone wants to do something. If there is even a tiny bit of thing, that it's not set up correctly and it passes that litmus test, then by the time you find it out, that was set up wrong, then it is too late. It's all a taxable event. Then this would just be a bad dream. So it has to be by someone, who knows exactly everything, what to do. And there are some advisors, who know that, or agents who know that. But the question is you're a person who's advising you regarding money, or whosoever is doing it, are they the one who know all of this knowledge? That is the question. Yes, you're right. Now, let's look at it the other way. There are 4 phases of retirement. You can remember that $1 million dash to financial independence. This is the other way of looking at it. So there are 4 phases of savings or retirement. First one is contribution when we are young, and savings for our future. Number 2 is accumulation. All right, and accumulation is middle ages. Number 3 is distribution, and that is at retirement. And number 4 is transfer. That means when we check out to be with the Lord. All right. And so now, these people, they have earned my respect, because yes, they are doing the right thing, but they do not know any better than what you are going to be knowing today. So it's not their fault. They just do not know what they don't know. All right, but they are doing the right thing. They are paying their taxes and stuff like that, and so I call that as crawling. Then here are IRAs and 401ks. Yes, they are a step in the right direction. They are tax favored during accumulation, but you get taxed when you take the money out. That's why, like I said earlier, I do not own an IRA or a 401k. Knowing what I know, but the thing is, you put a turbo booster to your money, and if you set up that money according to that the TEFRA laws and the IRS rules, which I'll be sharing with you, and this one program does it all. This MFTAI program, and sets up your money on autopilot. So this is just me. That's what I do with my money. You do whatever you feel like. I'm not suggesting you do one or the other or anything like that. All right. So how you put the turbo booster to your money is if it is tax favored all the way. And it has to be, why I didn't write tax free, because we do not know the person who would be setting it up. You need a licensed professional to set up this thing correctly. Yes, you're right. And the one who knows every in and out, down to the T, and otherwise it would just be a bad dream. All right. So I've been going very, very fast, because I want to respect your time, and give you as much knowledge I can. Yes, you're right. If you like what you're hearing, yes, you're right. Please send me a note. All right, and then okay, if you like what you're seeing, share it, and you post it on your social media, expose everyone else to it also. All right. Now, I had mentioned earlier, if you are a homeowner, all right, folks, we do not realize this thing. This is the Federal Reserve Bank study that came out, and in 2006, and they said, this is what they said: home equity should be separated and put to work to boost your savings and your retirement. All right, and to reduce your risk. What do they mean by that? All right, folks, we do not realize right now. So we are all excited. That our homes have gone up in value in many areas. They have doubled, tripled in value also. All right, so it would just be a bad dream if you do not manage that equity, like the Federal Reserve Bank study says. We had been doing that home equity planning for a long time, even before this study came up. I was just so surprised, okay, that they kind of like, they did not endorse it, but indirectly, okay, we felt, that, hey, we've been using these strategies, and my strategies are even better than theirs, because they say, hey, take that. When they say that equity should be separated, they say that, hey, take that equity out. It should be in a completely aside fund, right? So that way, when the housing prices go down, you are not affected. The money is on the side, and we'll go into those details in a minute. All right, and they are saying you put that money into IRAs and 401ks, and like what I just showed you, I put my money into something absolutely much more powerful, which is this MFTAI program. But at least no matter what, at least listen to them. But they are saying, just take that money out, reduce your risk ASAP, and put it into those IRAs and 401ks at least, because folks, right now everyone is quiet about this thing, but the rippling effect of this one has to be, it is not just me saying it, the rippling effect of this coronavirus, it has done it in the stock market, right? And next time I'm going to go into this, how to get only the upside of the stock market without the downside risk, right? And more into this MFTAI program too. And then after that, I'm just towards the end now, and I'll show you those the laws and the rules, IRS rules. All right. So now let's just say, why is this home equity planning so crucial? All right. By the way, I have resources below or at the top if you need to. Only if you need to. Okay, I've given you everything on the platter there. And my email address is there in case you have any questions, you want them answered. Please send me the details. All right, okay. And so let's just assume that you have a $500,000 home. All right, and in California, you can't even find a condo for that price. But again, just as an analogy, and the housing prices will go down just a modest 10% only. Last time, in the last crash, housing went down as low as 60%, but then I'm just showing you 10% only. I guarantee you will lose $50,000 instantly. And we never stop to think about it. How long will it take for you to save that 50,000? All right. Now, you might be wondering, oh, well, there will be an extra payment when you take that money out from the market, right? Yes, it is. But these days you can get it, the loans around 3.5% and stuff like that. And by the way, if you do not have good credit, you can go to raisecredit.com, RAYS credit.com, and they will help you fix your credit also, and so anyway, I have nothing to do with that. But I know the owner is very, very, very sharp. Okay, he advises like these Bank of Americas and stuff like that to reduce their risks and asset protection and stuff. And he helps with the credit thing too. Anyway, that's besides the point. Now, so you'll guaranteed lose that 10%. Same thing with the stock market too. In the last couple of weeks, it has gone down about 20%. All right. And say if you have $500,000 in the stock market, folks, and it went down only 10%, you lost $50,000 instantly. And if with this 20% going down, it's $100,000. And we do not look at it this way, you're right. And many times, okay, we are told that, hey, don't you worry, stock market always comes back up. Yes, absolutely, it will come back up and stuff. But how long will it take for you to get back? And we do not realize this thing. If we lose, just to put it very simply, if we lose 50%, last time it was the stock market lost between 40 and 60%. Same thing with the housing too, right? If you lose 50%, it's not that if you make 50% back that you will be back to even. No, 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 no. This is the myth. If you lost 50, you'll have to make 100% just to get back to even. And just imagine how long will it take for you to lose, make 100% on this one. All right. So that's why it is of utmost importance that you pull that equity out ASAP, because once that crumbling starts to happen in the housing market also, okay, just like they freeze their retirement funds and stuff, when the stock market starts to crash, no one will give you loans, to pull that equity out. Then then you lost that chance. So you have to move fast on both of these things. And I'm just sharing with you all these ideas as to where and how you can put that thing. All right. Okay. Now let's get into this thing, how you get upside only of the stock market returns without the downside risk, how you get this black line kind of your results rather than being directly in there and the red line there. All right. Again, this is as an example only, since I do not know your situation, okay, and there are so many variables when it comes to money. That is why I have to just say that this is an example only, but this is what can be done and achieved, and this is what, okay, how I set up my money in this MFT AI program, okay, that's what they do, all right. So this strategy is called upside, we call it a misfortune strategy, because people miss out fortunes because they don't know what they don't know. All right. So this strategy is called, this example is S&P 500 that we hear about every day. I'm not suggesting one fund or the other, or you have to do this thing. No, no, no. This has to be taken as an example only. All right, and this example is in that misfortune book also, Misfortune 101, so, but anyway, that's where this example is taken from. All right, and so this was $500,000 back in 1999, and here the market goes up, you go up with it up to a cap, right, and then this is a strategy, upside only of the stock market, and then at the end of the year in this strategy, it is 1 year point to point, they call it, so at the end of the year they look at it, if it went up, okay, you go up with it, and the way with this strategy, then you kept that your principal is safe, and you kept the profits also up to that time. Up to a cap. There is a cap with this strategy, to be in the black line here, right? And then this one, you reset it. It resets after that 1 year. That becomes a new starting point, and then you restart it. without the downside risk. So here, then after the first year, the market went down 2 consecutive years. Your money was locked in at this thing. You did not make any money, but you did not lose any penny either. All right. And then it starts to go back up. You start to go back up with it. And here is 2007, 8, and 9. And when the stock market crash happened, this money was locked in, and then there's a year after that, when it starts to go back up, and so the end result till that time was this one. Here it is about 418,000 and change, or 419,000, and this is over $107,000. Now, if the market goes up 10%, how much will this one go up? About $42,000. And how about this one? $107,000. Folks, it's the same money. How you set it up, you're right. So I've shown you how many horses, you put a turbo booster to wake up those horses and go. So now, if that money grows, compounds, and pays out completely tax-free, then you have taken that your money and put a turbo booster to it. So, knowing what I know, okay, and according to my knowledge, and like I said, you don't have to do nothing at all, but all my serious money is in the MFTAI program, and so this is the one program that does it all. And now let me just share with you what all this thing will, okay, answer all those questions in one. Remember in the beginning, after I lost everything in 1995, I set out to find answers. And at that time, my mission was to find answers on how to have financial security and peace of mind, no matter what happens to the economy. I don't want to be affected with that. You're right. My money should be constantly growing. So no matter what happens to the economy, no matter what happens to the stock market, no matter what happens to the taxes, and also no matter what happens to the health either. We do not realize that we are the money-making machine for our family. We are the Federal Reserve Bank, the money printing machine. We are the Federal Reserve Bank of our family. And if this machine, money-making machine, breaks down, where will the money come from? All right. At that time, when you have that heart attack, stroke, cancer, or any kind of critical chronic injury or illness and stuff like that, and at that time, we are running to the doctors and hospitals to get ourselves fixed, and then income stops, bills don't stop, and financial disaster starts for most of the people. All right. That is wrong. So that was another answer I was looking for, that no matter what happens to the economy, stock market, taxes, or even my health, then I wanted to, like Warren Buffett said, the most and the quickest amount of money to be made is in the stock market, and so then I wanted to get only the upside of the stock market, and then, okay, tax-free my money. Right, and then if there was a way to put it all on autopilot, and what I discovered was amazing, that the rich and famous, okay, have figured it out. That's why I put my money into, yes, there could be other programs, but according to my knowledge, you're right, I do not know about one program that does everything all in one, and loss proofs your money, tax frees your money, okay, and it makes you completely funky and set it up on autopilot. So no matter how many upswings or downswings keep on going with the market, okay, and you are not affected. All right. So that's this MFTAI program. I've gone through these things. Now, what this program is maximum funded tax advantage insurance contracts. So, all right. So, those rules that I'm going to be showing it to you, one of those things in their your case says that you attach a little bit of life insurance to your money wherever it is. Whether it's in the stock market or wherever you're right, then it becomes a completely a different ball game. Remember, money grows, compounds, and pays out all tax free. Okay? Then this is what it does to that money. Now, this is not the regular life insurance that okay, the way it is sold. All right, over there, we pay very, very little, for the premium for the life insurance, okay, and then we are covered, and it will pay off at death only, right? That's the way the traditional life insurance works. No, no, no. This is completely different. This is completely the other way around. So this is maximum funded, tax advantaged, insurance contracts. So now, since we had to, we have to attach minimal life insurance, right? This is the complete other way around. To that money, if you attach it, then it becomes a whole complete different ball game. So then what we thought was regular life insurance pays off at death only. All right. And then we discovered, and we are part of this alliance group. Okay, they are revolutionizing the life insurance industry. They have come up with a new program that is the traditional life insurance also, right? That will pay off at death, but they have included living benefits into it too. All right, that in case you're diagnosed with heart attack, stroke, cancer, or any kind of major critical, chronic, or terminal illness and stuff, a diagnosis of that, they call it, you can accelerate the face amount. Say you have $1 million policy. Let me give you an example. All right, you have $1 million policy, and you have a heart attack or something, or diagnosed with cancer. The doctor puts in there, hey, you're lucky. Okay, you had a moderate heart attack. Okay, it did about 40% damage or something like that. Did you know that? Okay, if you had this kind of a policy that we use for this MFTAI program, right? You would get on that $1 million policy, and it was 40% damage, you will get $400,000 upfront at diagnosis of it, and that money you never have to pay back, and then the other 600,000 will be paid off when you have another heart attack or have a stroke, usually that follows after a heart attack, or a diagnosis of cancer. All right, and so they'll keep on paying that till that $1 million is paid off. Wow. All right. So we use that life insurance, okay, in this MFTAI program, okay. So that is why, remember I had mentioned, I set out to find answers, and this was one of the biggest answers I found. Now we are part of that alliance group who had designed these policies. And it is underwritten by major insurance companies. It is not just that it's a small Mickey Mouse company and stuff. No. This is through major national, top of the line, number one company in that industry. And and by the way, there is no extra cost for those living benefits under our policies, okay, that we have. Those benefits are included at no extra charge, So if you have any kind of life insurance too, you might want to think about it to switching towards this one. Now, I gave you $1 million policy example, right? But remember, that is traditional regular life insurance. But IRS says, okay, you don't need to, if you want to, okay, just do this side of it, right? Maybe, okay, and if you want to dump in $1 million into it, depending on to your age, IRS tells us that. I call it the the bucket analogy. RS will say, okay, hey, if you want to use, okay, tax free your and set up that $1 million into this MFTAI program, they will tell us, they might say, well, depending on your age. Again, just take it as an example only. They might say, well, you need to get a $100,000 life insurance policy, so that way you can dump in $1 million into it, right? So you have to attach that little bit of the life insurance to it. So might as well we attach that our custom design policy, okay, with those benefits that will pay while you are still alive also. All right. So now, if you want to open up, taking this very example, again, I do not know life insurance premiums vary, okay, by age and your health and stuff like that. So just as an example, now say the same, you want to dump in $2 million into this bucket, right? So the IRS will say instead of 100,000, you make it a $200,000 life insurance policy. Now you can dump that $2 million into it. This example we took, and now this money will be growing, compounding, and paying out all tax free. Yes, okay, like I said, the turbo booster to your money is if it is growing, compounding, and payout and transfer at death, also all tax free. You're right. And then within this program, the MFTAI program, the savings part of it, where do you put that million or $2 million? It is put into the stock market. See, like in this S&P 500, right? And to get only the upside of the stock market without the downside risk, folks. This is how it works. All right, and there are, like I said, there are huge benefits to this thing. Okay, that and your retirement also income will be coming out tax free, according to this one. And again, like I said, when you take the money out, you either take it out the smart way or the dumb way. The within the same very program, right? Like I said, it's very, very crucial to set it up absolutely correctly. When you take that money out, if it is set up the dumb way, you will be paying taxes on that money. But if it is the smart way, that same IRS says, hey, the smart way is through those loans and stuff like that, and then we go a step further, we get you those the loan is set up with zero cost to you for those loans and stuff. So there is just so many technicalities, but then a professional who knows exactly everything and knows exactly about those IRS rules and stuff, only if they set it up, then you can have your cake and eat it too, So, folks, now, remember in the beginning, after losing everything, I set out to find answers, for those, no matter what happens, how to have financial security and peace of mind, no matter what happens to the economy, the stock market, the taxes, and even your health, and then get only the upside of the stock market without the downside risk. And have the money grow, compound, and pay out in tax free environment. You're right. And set up everything on autopilot so that way you can be funky and go enjoy life, and the lifestyles of the rich and famous. You're right. So that is what this program has set me up to enjoy life. You will not be worried about money at all. Now, here's my promise. We are at the end now. All right. I had mentioned I'm going to show you. You'll see what those IRS codes are, and it is TEFRA, DEFRA, TAMRA laws. Okay, and then IRS codes. Okay, these are those IRS codes. Right, but you have to have a professional to set it up, right, and a professional who knows exactly everything, even a tiny little bit slip, right, and could be that everything could become taxable. So that's what it is. And now with that, I want you to go enjoy life. Those rich and famous are no different than you and I, okay? And I want us to be living that lifestyle of the rich and famous, and so that way we can also be there either at the beach or at those resorts, by the pool and sipping on those margaritas or pina coladas. By the way, I don't drink, so I get virgin pina coladas and stuff, you're right, and enjoying life without the stress of money at all. So with that, I want to, there is much more I could go on and on, but again, I wanted to respect your time. And so I'm doing these things, okay, every day at 11 o'clock on Facebook Live, and you can check me out on YouTube also, and I will be putting the recordings on this one so you can watch it again and again. All right. With that, I want to thank you so very much for your time. Blessings. Take care. Have a great day. Bye-bye. And be safe in this coronavirus environment, please. Bye-bye. Take care of yourselves and your families. Hope you have financial independence and not be least bit of concern with what is all is going on, all the economy crashing and everything. Thanks. Goodbye.